At 3 in the morning on the old port, the weather dictates the rhythm. Heavy sheets of rain hammer forcefully against stacked, rusted metal drums, washing over the cracked concrete of a dormant warehouse. Ahmad stands in the dark, his thumb tracing a jagged scar running from his wrist to his elbow. This is shrapnel's signature, a gift from the last flare-up that whistled close before the waters closed entirely. He lights a cigarette and looks out at the water. Tankers that once moved with purpose now sit idling in tense, unnatural formations, anchored against a dark horizon. The mechanical heartbeat of the strait is gone. The heavy thump of distant cranes has vanished, replaced by an uneasy silence that hangs over the docks like a held breath. This waiting period breeds a specific kind of insomnia. Every night, Ahmad returns to the edge of the water, watching for ships that vanished carrying friends who never returned. The world calculates the cost of delayed cargo in dollars, but for the workers left waiting at the edge of the water, the true toll is this paralyzing psychological vacuum. When the announcements crackled across radios and screens worldwide, trade routes froze instantly. Violent threats in the shipping lanes forced the halt. Freighters arrived back at port with damaged hulls, their crews having spent the voyage arguing over the risks of pushing through or turning back. Watch how a localized rupture creates a global cascade. When one major geographic strait is choked off, massive fleets drop anchor and idle indefinitely, halting and backing up into dense gridlocked clusters. Down on the docks, the global halt hits the family ledger. The loss of these specific routes eliminates the paychecks required for school fees and survival in the apartments above the market. The reopening of these waters depends on whispers of deals struck in distant, closed rooms. Men in those rooms barter international futures, like poker chips. Modern global trade turns blue-collar labor into collateral damage. A localized conflict in one hemisphere instantly reshuffles the livelihoods of people in another. This economic bleeding threatens operators like Elias. Independent maritime businesses face imminent ruin as daily movement ceases. Insurance claims aggressively tighten like bureaucratic nets, immobilizing essential assets and leaving salvaged parts waiting for buyers. The dormant port still holds the physical remnants of a connected world. Elias maintains German machinery with bolts tightened by engineers who fled past conflicts, working beneath faded Arabic calligraphy left by ancient spice traders. Now, that multicultural pulse is gone. No Spanish tugboat crews, no Russian sailors, no rhythms of Korean markets. The concrete echoes with silence. A shipping port is a fragile, living microcosm of global economies. When the system stops moving, the entire social fabric of the dock fractures. Word finally arrives at the edge of the water. The deal holds. The blockade is lifting. Restarting the system carries immediate danger. The routes are officially open, yet the threat of loss hovers over every new voyage cutting through the water. Ahmad watches the water, and the weathered planks beneath his boots begin to feel like living tissue. They bear the marks of every arrival and every departure that almost didn't happen. To resume global commerce, workers must knowingly sail back into volatile waters. They navigate a reality where safety protocols are thin and international agreements are subject to change without warning. Dawn creeps in over the docks, painting the horizon in bruised colors. The city is waking up to a survival that feels heavy and incomplete. Ahmad fingers a small, unexpected object in his pocket, a single iridescent button from a child's coat, lost in the chaos of a recent evacuation. Its surface is covered in tiny scratches that catch the light like a secret map. This tiny artifact of flight and forgetting sits in his hand while the vast machinery of global trade reopens around him. The dock under his feet looks like a scar now, a place where men tie ropes to futures that can cut them loose without warning. It is a site of constant negotiation between the need to move and the fear of what is lost. The massive machinery of global trade requires steel and fuel to function, yet its persistence depends on the resilient human tether of those who endure its continuous breaking and mending.